Ladies and gentlemen, I really need to tell you this. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Stop waiting for somebody to discover you. Stop waiting for the right person to call, the right door to open, the economy to improve, your confidence to appear, your family to understand, or your circumstances to magically become easier. Because sometimes the greatest turning point in your life begins with a sentence you don't want to hear. No one is coming to save you, and before you misunderstand that, let me tell you what it does not mean. It does not mean you're alone. It does not mean nobody loves you. It does not mean you cannot accept help. It does not mean you should refuse support from good people. It means something much more powerful. Your life is ultimately your responsibility. And the moment you truly understand that, you stop living like a victim of circumstances and start living like the architect of your future. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what am I going to do about it? That question can change everything, because there is a dangerous comfort in waiting. Waiting feels harmless. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes another year. And suddenly you look back and realize that the life you wanted was not stolen from you. You simply kept postponing the actions that could have created it. So today, I want you to hear this message differently, not as criticism, not as an insult, but as a wake-up call. Nobody is coming to live your life for you. Nobody is going to wake up every morning and discipline your mind for you. Nobody is going to exercise for you. Nobody is going to read the books for you. Nobody is going to build your skills for you. Nobody is going to make the difficult phone call for you. Nobody is going to apologize for the mistakes you made. Nobody is going to repair your habits. Nobody is going to turn your potential into results. At some point you have to decide, I'm going to take responsibility for what happens next. And that decision is where your power begins. Think about how many people spend years waiting for motivation. They say, when I feel motivated, I'll start. But motivation is unreliable. Some mornings you wake up inspired. Other mornings you wake up tired, discouraged, confused, and completely uninterested in doing what needs to be done. If your progress depends on how you feel, your progress will always be inconsistent. Successful people learn something different. They learn to act before they feel ready. They learn to keep promises to themselves. They understand that discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect in action. When you say, I'm going to wake up at 6, and you actually wake up at 6, you're teaching yourself something. You're teaching your mind, my word means something. When you say, I'm going to exercise today, and you exercise even though you don't feel like it, you build evidence that you can trust yourself. When you say, I'm going to spend an hour learning a valuable skill, and you sit down and do it instead of scrolling endlessly, you become a different person. Not overnight, but decision by decision, action by action, day by day. And that is how a life changes. Most people want transformation without responsibility. They want the result, but they don't want the routine. They want financial freedom, but they don't want to learn how money works. They want confidence, but they don't want to do difficult things. They want a strong body, but they don't want to control their habits. They want wisdom, but they don't want to read. They want respect, but they don't want to become respectable. They want success, but they keep negotiating with the very habits that are preventing it. You cannot keep asking life to give you something that your daily behavior is not preparing you to receive. That is why the first thing you must do is stop negotiating with yourself. Stop saying, I'll do it when I'm ready. You may never feel ready. Do it while you're uncertain. Do it while you're afraid. Do it while you're still learning. Do it badly at first. Then improve. The first version of your dream will probably be imperfect. That's fine. Your first business may be small. Your first video may be awkward. Your first speech may make your hands shake. Your first workout may leave you exhausted. Your first attempt at learning a new skill may make you feel stupid. Good, that's called being a beginner. Don't let the embarrassment of being a beginner prevent you from becoming an expert. One of the greatest traps in life is comparing your beginning to somebody else's middle. You see the person who has been working for 10 years and wonder why you aren't where they are. You see the successful entrepreneur, the confident speaker, the disciplined athlete, the accomplished professional, and you see the result. You don't see the thousands of ordinary mornings, you don't see the failures, you don't see the rejection, you don't see the lonely nights, you don't see the years when nobody believed in them. You see the harvest and forget that every harvest began with someone planting a seed. So stop being fascinated by people's results and start becoming fascinated by their habits, because your future is not created by what you wish for occasionally. It is created by what you repeatedly do. Your habits are voting for the person you're becoming. Every day you vote. You vote when you decide what to eat. You vote when you decide whether to work or procrastinate. You vote when you decide whether to learn or remain entertained. You vote when you decide whether to complain or take action. You vote when you decide whether to spend another hour scrolling or spend that hour building something. And one decision doesn't seem powerful, but repeated decisions become character. Character becomes lifestyle. Lifestyle produces results, and results eventually become your life. That means you don't have to fix your entire life today. You have to win today. That's it. Win this morning, win this afternoon, win tonight, do the next right thing. Then do it again tomorrow. People often become overwhelmed because they stare at the size of their dream instead of the size of today's assignment. They say, I need to change my entire life. No, change today's behavior. If you're broke, don't spend the whole day thinking about being rich. Learn something valuable today. If you're unhealthy, don't obsess over becoming completely fit. Take today's walk, make today's better meal, do today's workout. If you're uneducated in an area, don't complain about what you don't know. Study for 1 hour. If your career is going nowhere, don't spend another 6 months complaining about your employer. Improve your skills, update your abilities, build relationships, look for opportunities, become more valuable. Do something. Movement creates momentum, and momentum creates confidence. A lot of people think confidence comes before action. It doesn't. Often action creates confidence. You don't become confident and then start. You start, survive the discomfort, learn from the experience, and gradually become confident. That's why you should never wait for confidence. Build it. Confidence is often nothing more mysterious than the memory of keeping promises to yourself. You told yourself you would do it, you did it. You told yourself you would keep going, you kept going. You told yourself you would stop making excuses, you stopped. And eventually your mind begins to believe, maybe I can trust this person. That person is you. Now let's talk about excuses, because excuses are dangerous precisely because they often sound reasonable. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have connections. I didn't have the right upbringing. My circumstances are difficult. My family doesn't support me. I tried before. Nobody understands me. Some of these things may be true. Life is not fair. Some people start 10 steps ahead. Some people have resources you don't have. Some people have opportunities you never received. But here's the question. What are you going to do with the hand you were dealt? You cannot rewrite yesterday. You cannot change where you started. You cannot control what other people did, but you can influence what you do next. And that is where your power lives. You have more control than you think. You can control what you learn. You can control what you practice. You can control who you listen to. You can control what you consume. You can control what you consume. You can control whether you get up. You can control whether you try again. You can control whether you keep your standards high. You can control whether today's disappointment becomes tomorrow's excuse. That is enough power to begin. And perhaps you have been waiting for somebody to give you permission. Permission to change, permission to leave the wrong environment, permission to pursue your dream, permission to become serious, permission to become disciplined, permission to stop entertaining people who constantly pull you backward. Here is your permission. You don't need anybody's permission to become responsible for your own life. You don't have to announce it. You don't need applause. You don't need everyone to understand. Sometimes the most important transformation happens quietly. You wake up one morning and decide, I'm done. I'm done wasting my potential. I'm done blaming everybody. I'm done waiting for motivation. I'm done making promises I don't keep. I'm done telling myself that tomorrow will be different without changing anything today. I'm done living beneath what I know I can become. And then you begin quietly, patiently, consistently. This is where the idea of working in silence becomes powerful. You don't have to tell everybody what you're building. In fact, sometimes talking about your plans gives you the emotional reward before you've done the work. You tell everyone what you're going to accomplish. They congratulate you. You feel good. And suddenly your brain has already received some of the satisfaction it was supposed to get from completing the goal, so sometimes don't announce it. Work, study, build, practice, save, train, improve. Let your results introduce you. Let the person you become speak louder than the person you used to be, and don't be discouraged if nobody notices at first. Seeds don't receive applause underground, but something is happening. Roots are growing, strength is developing, preparation is taking place. Then one day the world sees what was being built in private. That is the power of consistency. And consistency doesn't require you to be extraordinary. It requires you to be willing to do ordinary things extraordinarily long. Read a few pages, make another call, write another page. Practice another hour, take another walk, save another amount of money, learn another skill, have another difficult conversation, make another attempt. That's how massive results are built, not usually through one dramatic moment, but through thousands of small decisions nobody saw. Now here's something else you need to understand. Taking responsibility does not mean pretending everything is your fault. There is a difference between blame and responsibility. You may not be responsible for what happened to you, but you can become responsible for what you do with what happened to you. That's the difference. You can be hurt and still heal. You can be disappointed and still move forward. You can have failed and still begin again. You can have lost years and still use the years ahead wisely. Your past can explain you. It does not have to control you. At some point, you must stop using your history as a prison and start using it as education. Ask yourself, what did that experience teach me? What mistake will I refuse to repeat? What weakness did it reveal? What strength did I discover? What must I do differently now? Those questions turn pain into wisdom, and wisdom becomes powerful when you act on it. So if you have been waiting for your life to change, let today be different. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for January. Don't wait for the perfect season. Don't wait until you have more money. Don't wait until you feel confident. Don't wait until everyone supports you. Do this now. Get up, clean the room, make the call, open the book, write the plan, go for the walk, apply for the opportunity, start the business, record the video, learn the skill, apologize, forgive, save the money, turn off the distraction, go to sleep at the time you said you would, wake up when you said you would, start small but start, because there is a version of you waiting on the other side of consistent action, and that version of you cannot be reached by thinking alone. You have to move, you have to decide, you have to act, you have to become. There will be days when you don't feel powerful. Do it anyway. There will be days when progress seems invisible. Continue anyway. There will be people who laugh. Continue anyway. There will be moments when you question whether you're making the right decision. Slow down if necessary. Reassess. Learn. But don't automatically quit just because the journey became difficult. Difficult does not always mean wrong. Sometimes difficult means you're growing. A muscle becomes stronger under resistance. A person becomes stronger through responsibility. So don't run from every difficult season. Ask what it is trying to teach you. Maybe this season is teaching you patience. Maybe it's teaching you discipline. Maybe it's teaching you independence. Maybe it's teaching you how to manage money. Maybe it's teaching you how to say no. Maybe it's teaching you that you cannot build your future while constantly living for other people's approval. Listen, learn, then move. Your life does not need another excuse. It needs a decision. And perhaps that decision is simple. From this day forward, I will stop waiting to be rescued by circumstances and start building the life I want. Not because you have everything, but because you have enough to begin. You have another morning, you have another opportunity, you have another decision, you have another hour, and sometimes another hour is all you need to change the direction of your life. Don't underestimate today. A year from now, you may look back at this ordinary day and realize it was the day everything changed. Not because something magical happened, but because you finally became serious. You stopped waiting. You stopped blaming. You stopped negotiating. You took responsibility. You did the work, and you kept doing it. That's the secret. Not perfection. Progress. Not motivation, discipline. Not wishing, action. Not waiting. Preparation. Not excuses. Responsibility. So when this message ends, don't simply feel inspired. Inspiration without action is entertainment. Use the emotion you feel right now as fuel for a decision. Ask yourself one question. What is the one thing I already know I need to do? You probably know. You have probably known for a long time. Maybe you've been avoiding the conversation. Maybe you've been avoiding the work. Maybe you've been avoiding the decision. Maybe you've been hiding behind fear. Whatever it is, identify it, then take the first step. Not the whole staircase, just the first step. Because your life can change direction with one decision, one phone call, one habit, one commitment, one morning, one honest conversation, one courageous action, and then another and another, until one day you realize that the person who is waiting for somebody to save them has disappeared, and in their place stands someone stronger, someone disciplined, someone responsible, someone who understands that help is valuable but personal responsibility is non-negotiable, someone who no longer asks life to become easier before they become stronger, someone who says, I may not control everything, but I control what I do next. That person is dangerous in the best possible way, because they are no longer waiting for permission. They are no longer waiting for rescue. They are building, and once a person becomes committed to building, circumstances lose some of their power over them. So don't ask, who's coming to save me? Ask, what can I do right now? Then do it. Do it before you're ready. Do it before somebody believes in you. Do it before the conditions are perfect. Do it while you're afraid. Do it while you're learning. Do it quietly. Do it consistently. And most importantly, do it today, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. The future is not waiting for your excuses. The life you want is not created someday. It is created through what you do with this day, this hour, this moment. So stand up, take responsibility, take control of what you can control, build yourself, strengthen your mind, improve your skills, protect your time, choose your environment carefully, keep your promises to yourself and keep moving, because no one is coming to live your life for you. And that's not bad news, that's freedom. Because if your life is your responsibility, then your next chapter is also in your hands. You don't need to have the whole plan, you need enough courage to take the next step. So take it, today, not tomorrow, not someday, now. Your future self is watching what you do with this moment. Make that person proud.